Hi, I'm Keith Britton. I'm the old guy at the Stuart dealership. I work in the parts department. I've been with Karl approximately 10 years now. I love it here. I was drafted at 20 years old. I went in October of 1965. I took my basic at Fort Benning, Georgia. Got orders to go to Fort Polk, Louisiana to be a clerk typist. From there, Fort Gordon, Georgia, and was permanent party there. I thought I was clear. I'd been in the Army for 13 months, and I thought, they're not going to send me anywhere, but I was wrong. The next week, I got my orders to go to Nam. When I got to Vietnam, I lit at Pleiku. Well, out of that whole group that went in, 6 of us got on a helicopter and went to Saigon. I was attached to a military intelligence group down there. First sergeant came up to me one day and says, "You don't like doing morning reports, do you?" And I says, "No, I don't care to." He says, "Well, we need an enlisted club. We need a manager." So that's what I did from mid-January of '67 to September when I got out. Thought I was never going to get home. We went to Tan Son Nhut to get on the plane to fly home, and they wouldn't let us get on the plane because they were shelling the runway in Vietnam. So they put us on buses to a place called Long Binh, which was a depot out in the middle of nowhere. And they said, "Well, we don't know whether we can take off or not because they're shelling the runway here." I was very lucky. I think the Lord looked over me in that 2 years and has ever since. I wouldn't take $1 million to do it again, but I wouldn't take $1 million for the experiences I had while I was in the military. Well, through the local Legion, I got an application for this Brushy Creek. I was very, very honored to be able to qualify. When we got in at Fort Dodge and lit on the plane, they announced everybody's name and the branch of service. And there was an honor guard there and a police guard. Flew into the airport in Washington, D.C., and there was probably 200, 250 people to welcome us. I had never gotten that. When I got home, there was people at the airport, but they were protesters. I got spit on in San Francisco. And I'll tell you, it got to me. It was something that I'd waited 57 years for, and it was everything from grandpas to little kids. And they had welcome signs, and never did I realize how perfect the trip was going to be. And it was that way everywhere we went. We left to go to the Lincoln Memorial, and I was in a wheelchair all this time. They had ramps. This guy pushed me all the way up to where Lincoln was sitting. Then we came down and went to the Vietnam Memorial. I found John Lonsdale's name. He was a friend of mine that we'd run around together, and he was actually killed in Vietnam. So then we walked from there over to the Korean Memorial, went down and saw the World War II Memorial, it's absolutely amazing. Went to changing of the guards at Arlington National Cemetery. The guards actually laid 2 wreaths just to see this stuff and think about how lucky I am and what people sacrificed to be able to have these memorials put up. If you're a veteran and you get the opportunity to go on an honor flight, do it before you're not able, because you'll never regret it.